Okay, here we are. Hello, Joost.
Hello.
Hello, good afternoon. Thank
Good
you for being
afternoon.
here with us in this short talk, new initiative by WESCO around the world, starting at this moment in Europe. I'm in Portugal. You are in the Netherlands
Yes,
doing
sir.
this talk. Hello, everyone. I'm Rui Alexandre Jesus. I'm the Director of Institutional Relations of WESCO. And with me is Joost Roset, the Vice President of the European Advisory Board of WESCO. And,
That's me.
and we are keeping these short talks alive to debate the esports around the world and to make effective the contribution of WESCO in developing it and analyzing how we could all move forward and make the esports scene better and bigger for everyone. Joost, if you don't mind, we normally start these short talks by introducing our guest, as I did, but telling us, for people who don't know you, what has been your career in esports and specifically also in the Netherlands, in your country, how are esports doing right now? Please.
Yes. So, like we said, I am Joost Roset, Vice President of Europe for WESCO, and I'm in esports now for almost 6 years. My background is TV production and tournament operation. Since 6 years, we organize our own competitions in the Netherlands, local competitions physically played, and we broadcast them on mainstream channels. So we create linear television programs from it, not only streams. This I do for 6 years, and the situation in Europe is dependent on the country where you live in. It's either emerging or it's already well established. If you look at the northern countries, Nordics, they are well established. Germany is doing all right. Italy and France too. And if you look at the situation in my country specifically, it's still emerging. There is a thin line between casual esports, casual gaming, and semi-professional esports. Actually, professional esports is virtually not present. But we're going to change that. In the current half year, we are building a new location and where we have a fixed esport campus combined with an esport main stage. And if you allow me, I take you with me and I let you look at it a little bit to give you some kind of a peek preview. We are, of course, in Corona. So it's not all
Of course.
physically played people, but at the background you can see the first lookout of how our esports stadium is going to look like. We're almost finished. I think one more week of works. In the background you can see our studio. It's already fully operational. And at the background of me, you see one of our tiny cameras.
Okay.
So this is esports in the Netherlands right now. I hope that answers your question.
Perfectly, and the answer ends very well with the. I've seen a stand there for people. The idea is after the coronavirus to people attend, or is that a closed studio? The idea will be to have audience.
The idea will be to have audience. If you can see at the back of me, you see that we have almost 1,500 square meters with tribunes at the top there, seats below, and a team
Yes,
on the right
fantastic.
side. LED screen, which is currently still hanging too low, so we need to fix that a little bit.
Okay.
There,
Okay.
and there you see the other team.
Okay. Fantastic.
We will host only esport games. We can change the amount of desks, so we can even extend to Overwatch with 6 players. We now have a typical situation for League of Legends and Counter-Strike. But we can also go back to a 1 versus 1 of FIFA.
Okay.
Yes.
So one curiosity from my part to close this topic. It will be also involving traditional sports clubs and football clubs, or are we only talking about esports teams or gaming?
That depends. It depends upon the competition. We are currently in the process of starting up and rolling out a esport tournament for football fans, and that's going extremely well. They play the game Rocket League. They play 3 versus 3. They should be doing that 16th of May in our stadium, but due to Corona and the extension of the lockdown of our local government until the 1st of September, we will not have physical players here in our stadium for the next, 4 months.
Yeah, yeah. That is incredible there, because in other countries they are starting to talk about June to open it to at least a little bit. So let's see how it goes. Regarding the Netherlands, a specific part, it's to understand if you will activity, and that's one of the questions that WESCO is asking and trying to understand around the world. If there are countries where esports are publicly organized or are at the moment a total private activity with competition and an open market. So in the Netherlands, is there any national entity or something like that, that when you organize a competition like you are doing it, you have to ask for, I wouldn't say permission, but rules or something, or standards or something like that?
No, there is a local esports federation. There is also a local student esports federation, which are all doing great works. But the situation is not industrialized and institutionalized in that sense that they can control the whole market. Mostly because most of the federations worldwide, if the government is not involved in that in ways to acknowledge it, there is no governmental financial support, and that means that the federations are working with no financial means or not enough to employ a lot of people. And I think that the esport world, they need to institutionalize, and that can only happen if there is a worldwide recognition by Sport Accord for esports, so that the worldwide federation can apply for membership, and then also the local federations can apply for their local recognition. With that recognition, they will also get funds to further institutionalize esports in the countries itself.
Okay.
And that's important.
That's a little bit, we are 2 European guys and representing 2 European countries, so 2 European nations. That's what a little bit what it's happening in Europe. They are, at least in Europe, we are trying to unite the countries in a common background regarding all what you've said. About that, last question is, what do you see the role of WESCO in that junction, in that connection, in that get together, not only in Europe, well, essentially for us too in Europe, but also worldwide regarding the international federation and the panorama, the universal panorama of esports?
I think that WESCO can contribute to the cause of the worldwide federation, specifically by bringing parties together, commercial parties, which game developers are, but also commercial tournament operators and even broadcasters and streaming CDN platforms. WESCO is a platform and it's all about cooperation and cooperate between NGO, non-governmental
Entities,
initiatives,
yes.
as federations, entities, and also commercial entities. And I think, with all respect to the International Federation, which is of course all about unite a non-governmental or non-commercial entity in a country and combine them, institutionalize that part. And WESCO can help by linking in a different way to commercial entities.
And that's what WESCO is doing, trying to do, and we all will announce. If I remember, if I stand it correctly, you are one of you representing Netherlands, are one of the founding members of WESCO.
Yes, true.
Right.
True.
So you've been here from the beginning, looking at it, seeing the development, and also dealing with all the questions around the sports and people who are there. Some, of course, sometimes different opinions, but WESCO will be launching soon, for sure, an initiative that will promote also the engagement. You said the stakeholders, said entities of organizing, but also players and teams also regarding. I'm not always. I want to close with one question, because I've already a little bit made it, but the difference between esports teams and esports clubs regarding traditional sports clubs. What is your experience, and how do you see in the near future if there will be really more, at a short time period, it will be more traditional sports clubs, not only football clubs, but basketball clubs, handball clubs, whatever, even field hockey clubs like you have in Netherlands, a lot, coming to esports? Or do you think that essentially esports will still be the gaming teams, the esports teams that always existed, that independently of sports clubs? What's your view on that?
Well, I hope there will be a merge, and it's really game dependent. Some of the esport games have it by nature to be adopted by traditional sports. Some esports, like League of Legends or even Hearthstone, although that's debatable, cannot be adopted by any other traditional sports club. And I mean, in Europe, we have a lot of so-called multi-sports clubs. So they focus on not only one traditional game like football, but they do football, field hockey, volleyball, these kind of things. They have a rich tradition in how to institutionalize that. The esport organizations, they are much more commercial, and I think they can also help those institutionalized clubs, if they are not commercial, to be more commercial or to mix. So I see a very nice mixed future for us.
I share that opinion and hope that will grow well and develop well in that sense. Joost, we are exactly making 15 minutes now, so The short talk was a good short talk on schedule. Any last topic or last comment that you would like to make? Anything that you would like to address?
Well, keep social distancing, keep sticking together on a mental level, and stay safe.
Okay. Practice social distance on the computers and consoles by playing esports. Right?
True. Okay,
thank you very much. Okay, thank you very much. Stay
Bye-bye.
well, stay safe. Thank you. See you again some other time soon. Bye. Thank you.